My name is Kynsie Engelbrecht. When I was younger, I went to a Lutheran school, and I was taught the Bible. They're like, don't have sex, don't do drugs, don't party. And I'm like, who even does that? Like, I'm so sheltered. And so I go into high school, and it was a completely different atmosphere. I think when I started hearing of what my friends were doing, and then of what, like, I started dating someone and what they were doing and what they wanted me to do, it was kind of like a whoa, like this actually happens kind of moment for me. And then it got so normalized that I fell into it. I was going through the motions, but I didn't have a relationship with Christ in high school. So I was a steady Sunday goer. I was a steady Christian, but my morals, my values, my belief system, even in myself, didn't show that. It was like I was pretending to be two people. Like I was always this sweet, generous, kind Kynsie that I knew from childhood. But at the same time, I had to put a different picture on for different people. And that was really hard on my identity because I was never the same, depending who I was around. I felt so isolated because I couldn't tell the people that I felt like I needed to tell because my identity in my eyes, I was so insecure. Like I was like, it's not worth it. I'm not worth it. And I didn't view God in the right aspect to believe that, you know, I could approach him or I could approach my church family and with that authenticity. But also, you know, it was just a battle between light and darkness where darkness overcomes it because you can't be one foot in, one foot out. Once graduating from college, I had a friend who actually lost her husband 3 years ago to a tragic accident, and I knew them before. So I went and watched her speak, and to be going through that much trauma and that much pain, like her and her husband were so close. She spoke with such strength and love, and it just really impacted me. And then she mentored me, and like we were, sorry, I'm like getting choked up. We were each other's people for a while. And I looked up to her so much. And just like watching her and leading me and just watching her mourn through it all and just depend on God was what saved me. And so she taught me how close a relationship should be to Christ. I would say that you are not alone. Everyone puts on a face. And that you can always approach someone with the truth. And that actually shows growth in character. That doesn't show weakness. And that vulnerability is the biggest strength. And that's how you develop into a person that has empathy and generosity and a person who is Christ-like. And so my advice would be to tell someone who is trusted and also to understand that your identity isn't based on people's perceptions because it's so fluctuating. Like depending on, you know, everyone's gonna favor what they do. They're never gonna favor what other people do, and they're always gonna project onto other people and say that, you know, they did something worse to make themselves look better. And so we're all flawed humans, so you don't have to act like you're perfect. And everyone, you know, is so worried about making themselves present a certain way. I don't think social media helps with that at all. But you don't have to do that. And actually you find out like the people that you like speaking the most or the people that impact you the most are those that are completely and utterly honest and you can tell their humanity. And that changes lives. And so like you might be one vulnerable story away from changing a life. And so that's my advice.